Hi, welcome to the EBS-50 tutorials. My name is Jurgen Rodenhuis, one of the developers of the ESL Server software. And today I'm going to talk to you about upgrading from an existing installation. Because some of you are already using the existing ESL Server for Windows, the old interface, or let's call it legacy interface. Slowly we're going to phase out that system in favor of this new web-based interface. But we want to make it possible for you to ease the transition from one system to the next without any issues. So I've got here my standard EBS-50 installation, and I've got one or two ESLs online. I've got one base station, the EBS-50 itself, connected, but I have no links. And if I go to the templates folder and I take a look at the 7.5 inch, I can see I've got a default landscape mode 750, but actually in the store itself, in my physical installation using the old legacy interface, I've got portrait mode templates. I want to get that entire installation that I've got in the legacy interface moved to the EBS-50. Well, luckily, that's not that difficult. So, just to give you a small overview, I've got my ESL server, I'm connected to an EBS-40, I've got a list of links. If I go to the data tab, I can see I've got several links connected, I've got a database connection. If I look at the templates, and I get the 750 and I open up the preview, that is the portrait mode that I want to use on my new system as well. So it's as easy as going to settings. Now we do want you to update to the latest version so that the export file is compatible with the EBS-50 for the best way. I'm using 74.3, so if you have this version or maybe a bit newer, then everything's fine. We just go to the import and export button. You can say I want to export just the templates, but I want to export everything. Links, base stations, templates, the whole lot. So I press export and I say place it on my desktop. And it makes a backup zip file, and I simply save that file. ESL Server processes it, and once it's done, it says this configuration was successfully exported. Great! Now I can close the existing ESL Server and upload it to my EBS-50. So I go to Advanced, Backup and Restore. And here I can choose a file to upload, which is the file we just created. And I know it's on my desktop, so I select that backup file. I open it. It uploads to the EBS-50. Once it's uploaded, it will unpack it. It will process all of the data that is stored in that zip file. And once it's done, it will give us a heads up and say everything went okay. So, it has uploaded all of the files, and it also says some new fonts have been installed, because the templates that we had on the old interface used their own fonts, which were also installed, and to make sure that those work, we need to restart the application. I'll show you that in a bit. But first, let's go check out what happened. Let's go back to the dashboard. Something has changed. It says I've got a bunch of ESLs, I've got another base station, and those ESLs are still waiting for their updates, and some have already reported, oh, something's gone wrong. Oh, there we saw one going down, so the system is already trying to fix its own problems. If we go to base stations, we can see, here's the EBS-50 that we already had, and here we've got the EBS-40 from the existing system, which is now connected to our new EBS-50 interface. If I go to the links table, all of the links that I had offline, the 10 links that you had there, are now on this system as well. If I go to the ESLs list and I say give me the list of the linked, it says yeah, I've got all of these linked to the products and they're updating, and some are already okay, others have their image pending, and some are saying, well, there's just an image error, so I'll need to fix that. And one of the things that we wanted to change was the templates. So right now, looking at the 7.5 inch, there we go. We had landscape mode templates, and now we've got portrait mode templates. Now, it might not be that obvious right now, but these are not the fonts that we installed. So in order to use those new fonts, we need to restart the application just this once. You can do that the hard way by just pulling out the power plug and plugging it back in and make the EBS-50 restart in that way. Or we do it a little bit more gracefully by going to the system settings, reboot, and press apply. Now, when the system reboots, it needs about a minute to start its hardware and its application back up. But once it does, we will see that the new fonts, or rather the existing fonts from our existing installation, have also neatly ported to the EBS-50 and are now in use. And now that we've rebooted the EBS-50, we see that it's still in boot mode. It's reconnecting with the base station, it's reconnecting with the ESLs, it's just woken up. But if we go to the templates and check out what font it is using right now, we can see that the Windows-based fonts have been imported into the new ESL Server Web Application. And I can just start up the existing installation that we had just to compare. If I go to templates and I take a look at the 750 discount template and I hold them next to each other, you can see that this is a pixel perfect port from the existing Windows-based application to the new platform independent system that I've got running on the EBS-50. And that is, in a nutshell, how to update your existing installation to the new ESL Server Web Application as you can find it on the EBS-50. Thank you for watching. There are more tutorials in this series. You can find the link to the playlist in the description. If you want to contact Opticon with more questions, you can also find our contact information in that same description. Thank you for watching. See you next time.